The Little Mermaid remake is quite awful from the little bit I've seen on YouTube and the plot that I read on Wikipedia. And but the one interesting thing about this movie is that King Triton actually dies. So King Triton is killed by Ursula's eels because he takes Ariel's place and basically gives up so that she can live. Now, this part is interesting because it is actually drastically different from the movie from 1989. And so, but King Triton, of course, comes back to life. He is resurrected once Ursula is killed by Ariel. But I think it would have been more interesting if Triton had remained gone. So let's say that Ursula is destroyed, but King Triton does not come back, and the Triton falls to the sea, and the Triton needs to have an owner because it can't just have someone. It can't just sit there forever, and of course, the Triton also cannot fall into the wrong hands because if it does, then the entire sea and the world are in danger. So Ariel realizes that because her father, King Triton, is gone, someone needs to take responsibility and be the ruler of the sea. And even though maybe Ariel's sisters can do it, Ariel feels responsible because it was her actions that led to Triton's death because Ariel made a deal with Ursula, and Ariel basically was the reason why King Triton died because he switched places with her. So Ariel feels an incredible amount of guilt and responsibility, and she maybe realizes that she was being very selfish and foolish by chasing after the land and Eric, a person who she really hasn't known very long. And so Ariel decides to take the Trident herself, and she decides to become the queen of Atlantic of the sea and rule in Triton's place. So she is Triton's successor, and Ariel decides to stay with the sea and the Trident. And she and Eric part ways, and Ariel becomes maybe someone who is a very passionate ruler and does a good job of uniting the land and sea, or maybe she becomes a very angry, bitter ruler and she is very angry at the land and blames them for what happened to Triton. So yes, it would have been very interesting if King Triton stayed dead and Ariel became the queen of the sea and stayed there. At least it would have been an actual remake and not a copy.